Hi, my name is Matt Schmidt. I am the Vice President of Chapter Formation and Human Resources for Ratio Christi, and today I want to talk to you about our strategy. You should be familiar with our napkin sketch. We're focusing here on the left side of the shield on explosive seeds. I want to touch a little bit more, go into a little more depth on what that means. The explosive seeds are C4 seeds. C4 standing for Creating Custom Catalytic Chapters. Now, I want to focus on what's the custom aspect most of all. We're creating chapters, of course, but they're custom because each university is unique. Each university is distinct. Each set of students you're going to get from year to year may even be distinct. And so you have to be prepared to customize what you're doing to the needs of those given students. And so remember that. Remember customizing your chapter to your needs. Catalytic growth, that the energy you put in will be multiplied, but when you do this. Okay, seeds, S-E-E-D-S. We're modeling servant leadership for these students. We're educating and equipping them in apologetics, in the historical, scientific, philosophical reasons for the truth of Christianity, and helping them to be able to answer the questions that the people around them are asking. That leads into the next E, which is engaging in effective apologetics evangelism. Traditional evangelism methods are not the most effective on today's modern campus. The context is not there for those methods to work. And so what we need is we need to teach students how do they reach the person where they're at? How do they take a normal conversation and turn it into an evangelistic conversation? And so that's an emphasis that you're going to not only need to be able to do, you're not just going to teach them in the classroom, but you're going to go out and model for them in the field. What does it look like to integrate these things that you're teaching in the classroom into a normal conversation out on campus? Discipleship. This is probably the element I want to focus on most because it's what makes us most unique and distinct as an apologetics organization. Traditionally, apologetics has largely been event-driven and or resource-driven, which are both great things. You know, it's wonderful to go to a debate with William Lane Craig, an atheist, and see 2,000, 3,000 people there. It's wonderful to see Ravi speak to a packed basketball arena. And those things are needed, but that's not complete. Resources have become a more of a focus of a lot of these ministries, and there's more and more content being produced for the layperson. But even with that, there's still a bit of a disconnect in between events from year to year. What is happening in that in-between period? And largely, the reality has been very little because there is no one that's kind of at a mid-level between that speaker that can speak to 10,000 people and the layperson in the pews. And how do I get something like what he's doing? I can't go speak in front of a crowd, but I have my neighbor. How do I reach my neighbor? And so what we're trying to do is effectively have apologetics discipleship where you are able to take people and through a process of day by day, week by week, month by month, mentoring them, teaching them, modeling for them how they can reach the people around them, that you will help them to be effective. And that is a focus of Ratio Christi. We're going to partner with those other organizations to do the big events, to do those kinds of things. We're not saying it's bad, but it's not complete. And so you are helping complete the puzzle with the work that you're doing. And the last S is small groups, one-on-one mentoring, and large events. We are doing some large events, and those are things you're going to do on your campus, bringing Christian ideas into the intellectual milieu of campus. But your focus, again, is on that discipleship, on that one-on-one mentoring in that small group setting. And when we plant these explosive seeds, it's going to lead to exponential impact. The work you do, the success of it will not be measured by how many students you have today, how many conversions you have. That's not how we measure success. We trust that if we're faithful to this process, if we follow this strategy, there will be an exponential impact in the future. And so the work you do today in creating disciples who can create more disciples, who can create more disciples, the impact of that will be felt in 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, not merely today. So keep that in mind. Keep that strategy in mind. Stay the course. Trust that if you follow and implement these things, that in the end, we will make an impact on culture.